thanks everybody for coming for this launch of the exciting 40th anniversary of the Harrison Festival. It's going to be a big year, and so I've prepared, as usual, I've prepared a statement. I'll try not to, be wooden. I'll try and read it in a off-the-cuff fashion.
Animated.
Yeah, animated. Yeah. Brian will dance it out.
There you go.
So it was 1978. The first wave of punk rock was underway. The hippie generation was settling into family life and regular jobs. Star Wars, Happy Days, and Saturday Night Fever were everywhere, and peace was being negotiated at Camp David. While the world was shifting politically and culturally, in our little corner of the world, the Harrison Festival of the Arts was born.
Woohoo! Yes.
This year we celebrate 40 years since the first summer festival, an event that emerged from the community in a very grassroots and humble way. Starting with a strong focus on the visual arts, the event as we know it today, an independent, charitable, not-for-profit organization with a board and paid staff, developed through a gradual process of change. The festival owes its existence to three founding entities: Fraser Valley College, now UFE, the Village of Harrison Hot Springs, and the Kent Harrison Arts Council, of which this is the fruit you see around you. This is as we all know, the home for the Kent Harrison Arts Council and the Harrison Festival. The local Rotary Club also played a crucial role in the early years. The currently stable structure of the organization and festival as it exists today was spearheaded by Phyllis Stenson, who we all know and love, and Ed Stenson, and supported by the wonderful board members, some of whom I see in the room today, current board members and past, with whom they worked over the years. There has been struggle, experimentation, risk, and success, and with it a lot of heart, thought, and plain old hard work. At 40 years, we are at a point where children and grandchildren of these founders and early community supporters are now visiting and supporting the festival. For this reason, we have given the festival the theme of generations. This theme will be acknowledged in a variety of ways, through the return of some performers with their offspring even, at least in one case, through a donated art piece by local artist Ernie Eves, our friend. Hello, welcome in, hi. And through special acknowledgments we're going to make through the festival. To make this a special festival, we strove to design a particularly exciting program, and I'm delighted to reveal it to you today. The festival begins with a special opening gala show on Friday, July 6th, but I'm saving that for a drum roll moment. The rest of the ticketed Memorial Hall lineup provides lots to look forward to, including a few returning favorites, some acts in line with our generations theme, and some pretty big names as well, I think you'll find. Saturday, July 7th features Shakura Saida, one of the country's best blues singers, and someone who has appeared on the Harrison stage a few times. Festival favorite Sherry Ulrich will finish the first weekend on Sunday the 8th with her daughter. So that was one of the reasons I thought for the generations it would be nice. She's been performing a lot with her daughter, who's a great musician, and so it seemed a good time to bring her back with her. And it's in a four-piece formation. Two other women play with her as well, so I think it's going to be a really lovely night. On Monday the 9th, this is exciting, we are excited to present, in partnership with UFE, the world-class spoken word performer Shane Coyson. So Shane, I don't know how many of you know Shane Coyson, but he's if you watch the Olympics in Vancouver, there was a spoken word artist who...
He's fabulous.
He's globally renowned, and lives. What's cool is he was here at the beginning of his career as part of the Lick Cafe, when probably he was just kind of locally known, and now he's really, I mean, he sold out the Mission Theatre last year, 600-seat theater on a Sunday night, no problem. So it's going to go, those tickets for that are going to go fast. So it's, for our Lick Cafe, that's a big event. We have to make it full price like the other shows, because he's at a different sort of price range and everything, but it's presented in partnership with UFE. And that evening we'll begin with two young up-and-coming spoken word Indigenous performers from the Lower Mainland as well, whose names are, we're still confirming who that will be. And the Tuesday night, the show, the theater. Hey Frank, come on in, no worries. Grab a drink, grab some cheese. We're bringing back a show, a play called Talking With. This is directed by Ian Fenwick, and it's a series of monologues of women talking about a range of their experiences in life, and it's quite a well-known play, and it's kind of cool that again that we're bringing back something that was from the early '90s, and you'll recognize a lot of the faces in it. So normally we have students; these are grown-up, mature performers. So on Wednesday the 11th, the Step Crew will hit the stage. I'm going to show you some of these acts. We're going to show you some videos that some of the things that you won't know, so you can get a sense of what they're like. These are some of the finest fiddlers and step dancers in the country. It's a big band. It's about 11 or 12. So it's a full band and it's a dance kind of show, with the Pulaski brothers, who tour with the Chieftains, who are the most famous Irish band in the world, and Cara Butler, who's a top-notch traditional Irish dancer, and a few other Ottawa Valley step dancers, and there's a singer, and some of the best fiddlers in the country. It's a really great show. So, and very tight show from beginning to end. It's Thursday evening, we're bringing back Steve Riley and the Mamou Playboys, one of the best-known Louisiana musical exports, who specializes in Zydeco and Cajun music. Yeah, that'll be a dancey kind of night. This will be followed by the Brothers Landreth, a Manitoba-based band that evokes the kind of bluesy rock sounds of stalwarts like Little Feat and Bonnie Raitt. These guys are beautiful singers and players. They're in their 30s, but they grew up on their parents' music, which was that kind of music I'm talking about, like bluesy rock, kind of softer and really sweet, and they're great musicians. The weekend peaks with the genuine roots reggae of Exco, Levi, and High Priest, which I'm really excited about. So Exco he's a multiple Juno-winning Canadian reggae artist, and it's the genuine Jamaican roots reggae. So it's the real thing.
You shot the sheriff?
There's going to be lots, yeah, exactly. And lots of bass, it's really cool. So, and Toronto's got, a huge Jamaican population. There's a lot of exchange back and forth with Jamaica. So, and this band, these musicians are, they play with well-known artists in Jamaica as well as Toronto. So it's the real thing, so it'll be awesome. And then finally, the festival finishes with the legendary rock band Chilliwack on Sunday, July 15th. Yeah, so that'll be a fun way to finish it off. Bill Henderson's really, he's such a nice, down-to-earth rock star. Like he's not. He's really genuinely happy to come back here. I think he loves the festival, and he's been here with, as a lot of you will know, with UHF, Solo. And of course, Chilliwack played a fundraiser even for the festival, so this is pretty awesome. So I won't go over every name in the beat stage because there's the unticketed beat stage. There's a lot of names there, but just to give you a sense of some of the things that are going on. So we tried to bring some performers you might normally see in the hall onto the beach to sort of for the public to celebrate. One of those acts is Tricontinental with Bill Bourne and Madagascar Slim and Lester Keatsaw. Really great acoustic blues group. They've been here before. Bill Bourne's, these are, I also try to think of some performers whose kind of careers span the breadth of the festival, and definitely Bill Bourne is that. He's been around since the late 70s and early 80s, and is a really well-known folk and blues singer in Canada from Edmonton. We've also got the great Paul Pagat and Cousin Harley, who are going to be on the beach on Friday night. Paul Pagat is, phenomenal guitar player, and Cousin Harley is his rockabilly project, I don't know if you saw, they came here and played the hall, but I've had a few people ask for them back. The Harrison Festival puts cultural diversity at the core of what we do, and this year's Beach Stage continues in that spirit. Every year that I've done this, I've had a Brazilian artist, because that's one of my personal, passions is Brazilian music. So this year, we got Celso Machado, who's sort of the Lower Mainland's best-known, Brazilian musician and a world-famous musician in his own right who travels all over the place. What's cool is his brother, Philo, who's from Sao Paulo, is coming up. Pretty much especially was all around this festival. And Philo's bringing his grandson, which ties in nicely with and his grandson is known in Brazil now because he's on like the Brazilian version of The Voice. So, so that's going to be really cool. We've got a performer from Montreal named Lamia Yared with her ensemble Zaman, and she performs Ottoman popular song, so Middle Eastern, Turkey, mostly Turkey, but also Syria, and actually the musicians in the band, 2 of them are from Syria, and including a fellow on the oud, which was one of the things that grabbed me. He was the best player on this instrument I'd ever seen. He's phenomenal, and just moved to Canada a few years ago, so that's pretty cool. And of course, the Vancouver, culturally diverse and global music scene. We've got Mazakot, who are sort of a spin-off of Tanga, who were a few years ago salsa. We got the Colombian rhythms of Breaking Boundaries, the Israeli-Persian fusion of Itamar Erez and Amin Onari. And then, of course, we always have some great fiddle music. We've got 2 phenomenal groups. We've got the Fretless, who are actually like a string quartet formation, and they take fiddle tunes and do these beautiful arrangements. And they've won a Juno. They're a Juno-winning group. So it's just beautiful music. And Laura Cortese and the Dance Cards. And Laura's actually a fiddler, but the group is more kind of indie folk in what they do, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun and kind of up-tempo, a lot of it, and she's a great performer. We're having the return of sort of an idea that was done 7 years ago, which a lot of you may remember, which is an Indigenous collaboration, and it's kind of doing a similar thing in that we're getting Leela Gilday, who's a great singer-songwriter from Yellowknife. She's been here, yeah. And she did a show in the hall a few years ago, and then she did this collaboration 7 years ago, which was women, all women. This one is a mixture, men and women, but it's with her band and a few other people. We're still in the middle of getting the collaborators, but we've got a few of them together. So they're going to come here early, collaborate on some music, and present it the first Sunday on the beach and the Monday. And we've got the sort of a national treasure in Australia. Not many people know him here. His name's Archie Roach. He's an Indigenous Australian singer-songwriter who, it's going to be really special to have him here. He was actually trying to come to Canada last year. His health failed him. He came back, and he's doing a tour of all the Western Canadian festivals. So we're getting him on the final Sunday on the beach. So that'll be really special. So he writes a lot about Aboriginal experience in Australia. So now the drum roll. So as I mentioned, Friday, July 6th, and it'll be at 7:30. So I'll let you know right now, this will be a little bit earlier, so you don't show up at 8:30 and get disappointed. This will be a very special one. We're excited to present the great Buffy St. Marie.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's fabulous!
Yeah.